Is it just me, or is Feld and AMA's budget about as tight as Barsh's pants?
What chance does a privateer have?
Welcome to Silver Crown.
What do you say to a factory ride?
In today's episode, I'm going to talk about the whole lap situation, the discrepancy between privateers and factory guys. But before I do, little self-promotion here. I want to give a big thanks to Patrick Spencer. He is my first Patreon. He decided to go for the factory dickhead level, and because he did, he's going to get something special. Let me just grab this real quick. So he's going to get a first edition card signed by me, and if anybody else wants to get one of these cards, well, you just have to have the elite level. It's $10 a month. I have one that's a privateer that is $5 a month, and you'll be entered into some giveaways that I do, but more importantly, you're going to support the channel and this unfiltered content. Along with every week, I'm going to post some of my race notes, and if you guys have any thoughts, what you saw was going on with the races, and you think that I should know about it, well, I'm going to take some of the ideas from my Patreons. So, boom! Back to the analysis or debate that we want to talk about. Jett Lawrence. I'm going to say Jett Lawrence is one of those riders that is the exception, not the rule. You've got a lot of really talented riders. Jett is one of those guys that comes around once in a while, like a Stewart or Carmichael, and we all expect big things from this guy. With that being said, him in a heat race, go from relatively last to first is alarming. The track was technical just because of the dirt. And then same thing for the 450s. They lapped a couple guys. They lapped half the field twice. I can't remember the last time that's ever happened. 250s lapped up to like 8th. This has been 2 weekends in a row where it's been 6th to 8th. Well, actually, I think this weekend they lapped up to 6th. Last weekend was 8th, but you know, semantics, right? Why is that? Is it because riders are not as fast these days? Oh, hell no. I don't think that at all. I think this is sort of what's going on with our economy, where there's becoming a bigger gap between the middle class and the elites. Same thing between riders to the factory riders. There's becoming a huge gap. I don't believe that it's because of talent. No, I think it's got a lot to do with money and equipment. Because in order for you to be one of these exceptions, is you have to spend a crap ton of money at these facilities all year long. You know, like a minimum of 60 grand to be part of one of these top facilities, to have a trainer to ride. Because if you're not riding with the correct people that are faster than you, you're not going to improve. Same thing if you're riding a blue grooved hard pack track at a local level, because the local tracks are very simple because they don't want to see guys get hurt. Well, you go race any supercross or national, you're not set up for success because you never practice it, right? And so let me know in the comments below. And that's what brings me to the whole privateer class, where you have I don't even say we call it privateer class. I say we call it a production class. We have the elite class, which is the works class up top. I know I've talked a little bit about this, but I've changed it a little bit. The elite class, which is the factory class, you have all the factory guys from 250 east and west and 450. You'll be able to fill the gate, and everybody will love that class because you'll have all factory bikes, factory teams, whatever. And then you have a production class, because that was the whole reason behind this not having a works class. You know, the people that I've talked to that are in AMA, that are in motocross, in supercross, is because they wanted to make it accessible to the middle class, the privateers. Well, it's turning ahead to where that's not true anymore because of the cost of doing business. The cost of going race is exponentially increased, and inflation doesn't help that either. So how do you combat that and keep that to where you still keep all the factories happy, you know, like production factories, because they're not just giving Tomac and Roxon and Webb money just for the hell of it. They've got to sell motorcycles. And so they want to sell the production bikes, right? They can still be factory KTM and not many people are going to bitch that it's a works class where they've got special parts and blah, 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 because to a certain extent they already kind of do. You know, they have we could talk about, you know, titanium bolts and special things and their ECUs and throttle bodies and blah, blah, blah. That's just not really accessible to a privateer. So for many reasons, it's already kind of a works class. But if we do go with a production class, the privateers can make some money and they can still get a stock motorcycle and potentially go racing for a cheaper budget. Then you could potentially even have some of these privateer teams be able to have 8 riders on. And wouldn't it be cool to go to a supercross and see, you know, that 90 riders tried to qualify and the production class has got guys winning races every single time, like different riders. Same thing for the works class, is you've got not just 2 main guys out front that are lapping half the field twice, but there's just better racing between 1st and 10th. I think it would help the sport tremendously. It would give some drama and some depth to it, as opposed to every weekend you're wondering who's going to get in the way. Not that they are not a talented rider, but because they just don't have the equipment and the resources to keep up. Plain and simple. Absolutely plain and simple. Black and white, boom. I said it. Let me know if you agree, if you disagree. You know, I guess that's completely okay. Hit the dislike button, because YouTube, I can only see how many people dislike the video. You guys can't. They're just effing retarded. But anyway, this is Johnny Effin Hopper, and until next time, keep it WFO. Bro!